Cracking, guys. Welcome back to Clash with Barndo. Tonight I'm going to be going through our War Win 173. We'll just have a quick look through the war log. I do love to show it now. We're solidly into our 90% for the entire war log, so it'd be nice to eventually one day have that full green. But you know, you take random chances, always doing these kinds of random battles and 25s, and we try to push into the 30s and 35s would probably make me a little bit happier. But pretty good war for us. They did miss a couple of the Town Hall 11s and then a couple of the 9s and all of that. So we did win by 4 stars, but we did have a couple of missed attacks at the end, and we should have got that 2nd star on 6 at least, and probably 3-star that, and we did miss a Town Hall 9. But yeah, we did have a couple of missed attacks. It does happen on occasion. It's rare. And it hasn't cost us a war loss in a very long time. I know setting up a war clan, you don't have those kinds of people in there that are going to cost you a war that are unreliable. You know, our guys try hard. Occasionally real life takes over and there might be a missed attack, but normally it's communicated amongst us quite well. So let's have a look at some of the attacks. This war I've got a couple of 11s and then a couple of 9s, and I'm even going to show a couple of 8s this war. Let's have a look at number 4. What's funny with number 4 was it took a couple of our guys big attacks. So you can see there, it was a Town Hall 10 anti 3-star base, so that's what it looked like to me. But you can see he's got all of his new stuff down along the bottom there, and it's not really worked out what he's doing with all that gear. So for me, straight away, I saw that eagle laser there and just thought, I'll send the queen in and give it a what for. So I've gone in with a 5 healer queen walk. It wasn't the most seamless raid. You'll see a couple of mistakes come out, but it was a good start. You get rid of that camp up the top there once that mortar is taking the fire, and that will help herd your queen later on. So I needed an early rage. Obviously a lot of point defences going right there. I had one balloon, and that balloon, the intention on that was to hit that low level cannon down the bottom there, but I was a little bit late with it, which possibly may have made me then require this extra queen's ability used right there. I didn't want to use another rage at that stage. I only had the 2 rages, and you see those earthquakes, I stuffed those up as well. They were meant to open up that little parcel there so I could send in my ground contingent. So I've had to sort of think about it on the fly, and I've made a pretty good choice with where I put my jump. That allows me to get all of my golems and king into that top section, which will allow me to push into that inferno. The queen's healers are all going to die to this air defence. Like I said, that wasn't my initial intention. You definitely don't want to sacrifice 5 healers so easy. Nice early freeze. This helps keep the queen under control, and the inferno helps me push up. Now there's no real central giant bombs that I could see, so you can see an early king's ability, and then the warden ability. This, you can just see these barbs absolutely rip it up. No giant bombs, there's no infernos taking them out. They are just going nuts. It's all trash buildings, but it's all stuff that needs to die. It's allowed these wizards up top there to keep moving along and get those point defences. Then they're pushed into that archer tower. So now they're going to get smashed up by that mortar, but for an actual set of abilities, that was a pretty good timed, and ultimately is what got me the 3 stars. You see now, Queen's on pretty much full health, King's on over half, Warden's still up there pew-pewing away. Those skillies go in there and open up that giant bomb which kills off the witches, but it's all over by then. It's just a matter of time. So it's a good 3-star. It's nice to have something sort of go a little bit awry and then get into it and finish it off. So Dion also got a 3-star on their number 7, He's gone in with the Go Wee Wee. You see there those Town Hall 9 defences, but he's got a level 3 and a level 2 Inferno. Rocking the single. I think the single Infernos are getting less and less desirable now. Witches are becoming more and more usable as people get the higher wardens and just get used to using them, really. So a good little open on the earthquakes there, you see. So that's opened up that bottom cell, it's opened up all the middle, it's joined all of that right up. So the good old minion kill combo, I do like it, they do take a bit of time. The new level 7 minions look pretty bloody sexy. I need a coffee, only had one. The poison to prep up for those gillies, those pups. Here I am, muddling me words this morning. Alright, so it's got almost all of them. And you'll see the new level 7 minions do help. It's only a couple of extra hit points of DPS, but it's always good for those easy combos. So it's just a very simple spread for Dion. He's just spread it all around, spread his tanks, spread his witches, spread his wizards. That wall breaker, you see that running in front there, that's a bit of an old tactic. You don't see it too often now, but people send in a couple of extra wall breakers to A, get the walls, and B, run through and get those giant bombs. So good ability on his warden. It's allowed his king to tank that single laser which locked onto him pretty early. But you just see, with such a good open from that earthquake, those witches have now got free reign. The warden peeling off with them, that's definitely secured the 3. See how long it takes that level 2 Expo to get that witch down with that warden's ability. We'll speed it up. Well done, Dion. Another good raid. That was pretty early in the scheme. I think that was a first hit. You're going to see clans that aren't quite at that stage. They're just going to crumble when you're smashing them early. So you see the level of this base. I won't show the replay, but I've gone in with a bit of a lightning set on clan mascot and a bit of a queen walk. But yeah, very low defences, very rushed base. And what was funny was his units were just appalling as well. So maybe dragons might have been what he used. I don't really recall. But yeah, I'm actually prepping up a video for lightnings. I think definitely worthwhile showing. But let's have a look at DTN. I mean, we can all try and work out what DTN stands for. He's told us in clan, but yeah, send in anything you can think of. So these guys, I think 90% of their clan castles were hounds. It's a bit of a lazy thing to use now. The hound isn't as effective now that obviously it only hits ground units. So things like your pentahound attacks take advantage of it. This base could have been pented in the end. He's gotten rid of the hound nice and early, probably a touch early on his golems, as the wizards down there hadn't even killed that hound. That was one thing that was maybe done a little bit off script. But yeah, it's good, nice open nonetheless. That queen's got no cover at the moment, so that archer tower's worked that down. He's going to have to pop his ability. Probably could have popped it a touch earlier. That would have saved a bit of life on her, and the golem would have taken aggro. That queen's also gotten that other golem. And I don't really know what he was thinking with that heal. Just shows you the capacity of what a bad base build, how easy they are to get. So that king in the end's gotten around there with his barbs, and a wizard or two has finished off that queen. No giant bombs have popped so far. Skelly's in midfield. They're a little bit annoying. But I think he took 4 heels in, so you just see such a big spread being able to cover and just to have that extra room. So there you see, giant bombs are up the top. Just a silly base build in the end. That was it. Well done, DTN. There's those last bombs. Right, we'll have a look at number 11 as well. This is Zul. Zul had a 6-star war, I think. He's gone in with a Shattered GoHog. Pretty basic army combo, jump, and then 3 heals. So he's done a bit of work on his heroes. He's 10-13 now. I think he's been Town Hall 9 for, I don't know, I would guess around 3 months now. Alright, so he's got the hound down. Still love the effects of that poison. I thought that was a Halloween special. Pretty cool that they've kept it. He's waited till the very last of those pups are down, and then he's going to start his golems all the way over here. So you see that's a 4-point jump. But brilliant. It's done all 4 of those cells. It's cheap, being only the 1 spell. A lot of people would probably go with an earthquake and not have much of a base opened up for it. So really, for the cost of the spell and that, very good, very switched on. Popped his king. Let's open up the double giant bomb. Pretty good spread of hogs to start off with. He has got those 3 heals, so he can start them a touch earlier. And that's what he's done. Hogs at the back end there, they're helping protect the queen, so she's not going to die, she's going to keep kicking along. And by the looks of it, just a poorly placed 2nd set of double giant bombs. That's it. All she wrote there. There you go, there's that 2nd giant bomb. So well done, Zul. Right, now I want to show number 18 and 19. 18 was Barndo 83. Now it wasn't a completely max base. I think he had 2 wizard towers there, yeah. So what you see is a bit of a pause. I started the raid and then I've gone, oh shit, what's in my clan castle? So you've got to always check and double check and then triple check you got your army 100% ready, because what I've had to do is grab another device, quickly log on to Barndo 80, not log on, but log into another account and check Barndo 83's clan castle, and then find out, oh, I've got a couple of giants, a couple of wizards and some barbarians, and yeah, it was a bit of a kerfuddle. But you see at the start I used quite a large chunk of hogs. So there was 5 hogs there. The intention was to kill those 2 defences, point defences up the top, then run over the middle like they did and draw up any giant bombs. So 2 potential spots for double giant bombs. You definitely have to split that double giant bomb up. So I've seen there's none there, and I've sort of gone, sweet, that's the main drama for that raid. After that it's all pretty much smooth sailing. As long as you don't smack all your hogs together, you'll 3-star it. So you see me do a little bit of a different raid than what you would normally see Barndo 83. I've herded the sides, put the giants in to do a bit of tanking, and then try to get my king to go inside there. So a little bit of a on the circuit. Now you see me just not use a complete amount of hogs, but just spread them out a touch. There's one giant bomb there that's been tripped up. It's only 3 hogs have hit it. Heaps left. Now I start dropping out the DPS troops. This is how easy Town Hall 8 is at the moment. Yeah, it's lost a lot of its shine since the patch update. Now that you can take 2 poisons quite easily and use 2 poisons to kill whatever is in the clan castle. Town Hall 8 is a dying raid. Like, you look at Town Hall 7 back in the day, and that was always a 3-star if you had half a brain. Now Town Hall 8 is pretty much the same. It's finding really good base designs are just getting smashed really easily. That wasn't the best base design, but this is a bit of a old school base design, very standard, very similar with the last one, where you're going to have a double giant bomb set in one of those 2 spots. So it's a bit of an internet base, and it should be just put away in the archives and forgotten about, but people still do use them. So they sort of get lazy with the bases, and this is where you've got to change every now and again. So 2 poisons to kill off that dragon. I mean, it is nice having a poison to be able to get skellies down the track, but to get rid of that dragon at the start, you don't even have to take, before I would take 8 to 10 wizards myself, but now you can just take 6 or 4. You know, they're just there to clean up trash now, and you can just take more hogs. But Sneaky has gone in with a few giants and his king to push into that cell, and there we go, good old big bitch, clan castle pecker. So he's got 1 giant bomb there, he's tripped that, started a couple of hogs, and he's just then seen his king has tripped a 2nd giant bomb, so he knows now that that other right hand side is only going to have 1 giant bomb at the most. He could march all his hogs into it, it just doesn't matter. So just see that pecker just rip it up. Good spread of hogs. Trying to avoid the spring traps. He did hit a couple anyway. There's that giant bomb I was talking about. He probably could have been a lot quicker with that heal, because he did chew up a few, but it's just that easy at the moment. He didn't even have to do the heal in the end. I found a lot of raids I've done with Barndo 83, I just haven't even used the 3rd heals. It's a bit of a pity to see them allow the donated spell so early, but I guess that's just the way they went with it. But yeah, so it's good for us. I'll actually show it. I think their number 18, 17 was their top Town Hall 8. And if you have a look, pretty much everything's been one hit. There was 2 re-hits, but that's because all of the bases were destroyed. We had a couple of guys do a couple of practices. So out of their bottom 9 bases, we've needed 1 re-hit. So that's allowed us to be able to push up and use our Town Hall 8s to open Town Hall 9s, to open Town Hall 10s, and just give our guys a bit of an easy run to the end. But yeah, that's a war wrap up for me. On a personal note, you see I'm trying to update and change my YouTube and get a few extra things in, and a few little icons and thumbnails, and just change the layout of it. Obviously over 100 subscribers now. I know that's only small fish, but I am trying to upgrade it. I'm trying to continue it along and progress it. You know, I really enjoy doing these YouTube clips. The positive feedback I get from people that watch, both in my clan and other people, is really enjoyable, and that's made me want to keep going. So yeah, I hope it's up to scratch as always, and clash on.